Hello, how everyone's going? My name is Isaiah. I'm the CEO of LockedIn HQ. So LockedIn HQ is the only athlete-first platform built exclusively for the NIL ecosystem. So as we know, NIL is a big figure. Again, a lot of money getting thrown around. For example, some athletes getting paid millions and millions of dollars. So the reason I created this platform is that I wanted to kind of level the playing field and understand that hey, NIL is scaling, but there needs to be infrastructure in place. So as we see, NIL is a $1.7 billion market, and again, it's very lot of transactions go on. But there's also an issue when it comes to these deals. Sometimes these deals aren't going through, as well as sometimes these athletes aren't getting paid, or there's nowhere to really trust people. So let me go ahead and dive in some more. So the athlete opportunity ecosystem has demand, but it doesn't not have clean execution. So commonly, athletes are again, left in the dust when it comes to fake opportunities, limited access to trusted brand relations. So some of the athletes that we have partnered with have told me that, hey, we've gotten scammed from, even some like I guess Pizza Huts actually, and even like some crazy small deals, and it's crazy to even see that. But also when it comes to brands have an issue because they don't know where to find the real athletes. They don't know, where to go, how much you should pay. For example, Nike and Adidas are spending millions and millions of dollars on these athletes, but they just don't know, where to go for, I guess, opportunities, tracking all the, follow through stuff. Also, when it comes to coaches, advisors, and operators, there's too much manual coordination. So as well as fragmented communication. So that's where we come in. We combined everything to make it one scalable NIL ecosystem platform that essentially athlete business can go ahead and just happen. So let me go ahead and dive in some more. So again, one platform to verify, launch, manage, and measure everything athlete opportunity wise. So when it comes to athletes, actually, every athlete is verified, every brand is verified, coach, agent, everyone. The verification process is very huge, especially in NIL. I always say, during my pitch, when I pitch everyone, we don't want fake, Fernando Mendoza's or fake Patrick Mahomes's. We want legitimate people. So that's what we go ahead and do. Also, we can go ahead and review and approve opportunities and make sure that they are, legitimate, but also they're, executed properly, which is very important. Also, next we can go ahead and track engagement, communication, as well as performance. So when it comes to the athlete, model, so we charge subscription-based model for the athletes. So for example, all they have to do is pay a subscription fee of $20 a month for a basic plan that gives them opportunities to go ahead and access the latest and greatest opportunities, as well as create their profile, as well as join an exclusive community chat finally for them and stuff. So finally a hub for athletes to come together and just grow, which is really good to see. So let me go ahead and dive in some more. So primary revenue right now, again, as I talked about, so athlete subscriptions, and then we're also doing brand campaign partnerships right now. We've been working with a couple of brands. We've been talking to Adidas and some other big brands, and every single day it's a process to talk to them more and kind of get into the right rooms. Also, again, we also have sponsored placements, so we have the opportunity to go ahead and host events and kind of do like a revenue share opportunity when it comes to that. So again, we kind of host everything athlete business development wise, which is good to see. So let me go ahead and look some more. So our main goal right now is, win early with brands that already understand athlete marketing. So again, a lot of brands are spending millions and millions of dollars, but the reason that we're different is we focus on micro campaigns that are, more easy and more affordable. For example, all brands have to do is go ahead and, pay for a day, a week, a month, 2 weeks, a month, however type of long. They don't have to spend millions of dollars to kind of just have nothing to show. They're able to go ahead and track, their spending, but also be able to scale it properly to make sure, hey, my money's getting used correct. Also, we want to go ahead and, talk to some more performance sports related brands that understand, NIL. So we're actually currently talking to Dick's Sporting Goods, actually. So talking to them. Also, we want to go ahead and keep on, honing in on the, consumer brands. There's so many brands out there. Also, we want to go ahead and talk to, local sports businesses and, operators, as well as, just keep on growing our partnerships, whether it's coaches, advisors, and athlete, anyone in the athlete ecosystem. We want to go ahead and do that. So the reason that LockedIn is different compared to the rest, there's a lot of NIL platforms out there. So a lot of them just focus on the deals and the transactions, but we go ahead and we take it a step further, which is nice. So for example, again, every athlete is verified. Every athlete has their own digital resume as well as a trusted profile. Again, it supports community engagement. So a lot of platforms miss the community engagement side, which is very important within NIL. Because again, a lot of these athletes, as we know, were very, segregated at their schools, are kind of, all over the place. So being able to kind of, learn from the best, whether you're a D1 athlete, whether you're a D2, D3, all type of stuff, you can go ahead and do that. Also, we, support campaign execution and opportunity management to make sure, again, everything is verified. So let me go ahead and dive in. So another good thing about us is that we focus heavily on trust and compliance built into the platform. So again, as we talked about, everyone is verified, whether it's athlete, brand, and we're looking to go ahead and work with the athletes, as well as we have a robust admin system. We have a team that goes ahead and reviews the opportunities to make sure that hey, on both sides, people aren't getting scammed, everything is real and legitimate. Also, we're able to, hold the money, in escrow until, everything is fully executed, make sure that the campaign is actually done. Sometimes, again, there are, it is unfortunate that, athletes can, work with fake campaigns and everything sometimes falls through. So, currently right now, so we are actually, so we currently, basically from September all the way through December, we opened our wait list, and we have over 1,000 people on the wait list and everything. So we are currently in beta, actually, so we already have 100 beta testers of the platform. So just going to keep on growing, and that's what we're doing. So a lot of demand. We actually ended up doing 5 partnership deals with athletes at the D1 level. So we did University of Louisville, University of Oklahoma, a Sacramento State athlete, Michigan State, as well as a Jackson State, so HBCU school. So we talked to a lot of athletes, and they loved it. But again, it's going to keep on growing every single day. So that's a biggest thing. So when it comes to the competitive landscape, again, there are competitors, but a lot of them miss the mark when it comes to the community aspect, when it comes to the verification, when it comes to again, the communities I talked about. So again, there are other competitors out there. A lot of them just focus on just like the affiliate links, and that's about it, or just campaigns, and that's about it. So a lot of these other platforms, they're basically dead until the deal goes through. But we take it a step further to go ahead and just be active. Regardless the deal goes through, just be active overall, which really matters for these athletes. Because again, sometimes these athletes are getting very bored about these deals and opportunities, and when they're like, hey, like, where's a place for me to kind of go ahead and just be myself and connect with other athletes? So that's where we come in. So again, so team, so I'm this founder and CEO. A little bit about my background. So I actually worked for Maryland football. So I did football operations, player personnel, and equipment. So the joke was always like I was there at 5 a.m. as well as 3 a.m. for these athletes and stuff. So I understand what these athletes go through. We have a chief technology officer who designed the platform. He actually lives in Tokyo. So I remember, last May actually, I was looking for maybe 1-2 people to help me. I had 82 people apply worldwide to go ahead and help me on this and build this. So pretty happy about that. We also have the chief operating officer who has 13 exits. He also works with Ohio State football as well, so cream of the crop athletes. And so that's the team, and we're only growing, which is good to see. So currently, right now, we are raising $2.5 million when it comes to I guess runway. So for example, looking to have a 12 to 18 month runway to go ahead and fund the product growth as well as partnerships. So the good thing about us is that the reason we're raising that money is that athletes love the platform, but they want to see it on the iOS and App Store. That's the biggest thing. So that's kind of why we're raising money. But we also want to be able to raise the money to go ahead and scale. So we've done very well with the $10,000 budget with ads. We had a customer acquisition cost of $3 actually, so we did very well with that. And a lot of interest, but again, I've self-funded everything, and those days are over. I can't fund 2.5 million, unfortunately, but that's why we're here today. And then partnerships. We're looking to get big endorsement deals with athletes to go ahead and promote us and do all that. So again, I'm happy with the athletes that we worked with, but again, there's so many athletes out there looking to kind of partner with to be like, hey, spread the awareness about what we're doing. So that's where we're at today, and if you want to contact me, reach out to me via email. I'd love to, have any of you guys be a part of the beta testing and everything, see what we're doing. But also, I see the biggest thing that we need help with is just kind of like investor conversations, as well as, hey, just getting the money, as Andre talked about. The biggest thing is we have a Ferrari of our own, but we need gas. So same thing as everything. So with that being said, I'm Isaiah, and thank you for your time. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Question?
One of my questions would be, can you talk a little bit more about the community? Because as we know, men tend not to have a community,
Yeah.
and they tend not to talk about mental health. So being surrounded by good people is really important, especially at that age group that you're targeting.
Mhm.
So can you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing with your program in the community?
Yeah, so the community is basically like X for athletes, long story short. So it's basically like a community feed for them to come in here. Couple basically come in there, kind of like put hashtags and kind of just interact and everything. So kind of like their own social feed for athletes, whether you're, a JUCO athlete, you're D1, D2, D3. So currently right now, focusing on the college landscape, that's our goal to go ahead and dominate. But we want to go ahead and go into the high school landscape in the future. So kind of having like a athlete community. A lot of athletes, they want these NIL deals. They want to go ahead and upgrade their career, but they don't know who to talk to. And I always say for me, it's like, I can speak about LockedIn until my face turns blue, but like athletes trust athletes. That's the biggest thing. So, yeah.
Have you thought about creating, I'm sorry, have
Yeah.
you thought about creating the actual groups inside of the university? You know how you have the chess club and the debate team. Have you thought about creating a team specifically for your platform?
Yeah, we've already done that.
You've already done that.
Yeah.
Congratulations, that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. So.
So kudos to you and the business that you're growing, and also support agencies. I think it's great.
That's awesome.
My question is like around financial literacy, right?
Mhm.
These college students, and they could be handling large sums of money all of a sudden. Do you guys offer mentoring around how to manage money?
We do. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about us. So I always say the industry is very focused on just these deals, but at the same time, they're not teaching these athletes how to manage it at all. So we have the opportunity to work with like sports psychologists, sports finance people, anything of their choosing that athletes want to see. So I kind of describe us like a one-stop shop for athletes. Anything they need, we can go ahead and kind of develop these athletes. So if you work in the financial, industry, I mean, I'd love to, talk more and, kind of work with these athletes because it's so needed. Yeah.
I'm not in financial. I do STEM. I do technology.
Okay.
But what's the way that we can help share your business? Because I'm part of a lot of HBCU groups, and like it could be as simple as a post. So can you share how we can help?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is just getting me connected. I'd say we definitely need beta testers. I kind of want to go ahead and test with HBCUs and kind of like, schools throughout the country as well. So I just kind of just need connections, like straight up, so that's the biggest thing I need help with right now, as well as raising capital, because, I'm happy that, athletes love what we're doing, but they want to go ahead and see it on the App Store. That's the biggest thing right now. So, yeah. So.
So as a community, today you kind of hit on it. Athletes are here speaking. One side, NIL, the other side, the athletes, and merging together. How, as a community, can we help today? I know you said funding and things like that. And I know he mentioned it. How do we get them connected to you? How do we connect people to you per se to get something done? Or if somebody want to contact you that's interested, how do they?
Just go ahead and email me as well as follow me on like social media. So Instagram, so LockedIn HQ, as well as connect with me on LinkedIn. So can go ahead and do that. That's probably the greatest thing. Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.